welcome to the 11th episode of our EndWar Online SITREP show. We are already 1 month into Alpha and we've received tons of valuable feedback. But we are just getting warmed up, and in the coming days we'll be releasing a nice new fat update. More on this later, but first let's take a look at the highlights of this month. What happened at the studio, what our writer has to say about the fan-created Commander Story Contest, who is our contributor of the month, and of course we will get some answers for questions you've asked on the forums. Hi Jess, let's talk about a contest created by our fan Jess Lebow for Best Commander Story. Our winner is Ektel, who not only submitted the best fanfiction on the topic, but also, thanks to his multiple topics on EndWar Online ALPHA, he became our community contributor of the month. So how did you like his story, and why do you think his story is best?
I thought his story was great. We had a lot of great stories. There were 3 that came in as the finalists, but Ektel's story in particular impressed us because he had a great conflict. He showed us why he went from being part of the JSF forces to now being an actual general in the European Enforcer Corps. In addition, he tied in a bunch of the actual battles from the EndWar Online campaign, so locations and stuff, so it really felt like it was part of the EndWar Online world.
Yeah, we both agree it was the best one. Okay, thank you very much.
Of course.
You ask, we answer. Michal, let's take a moment to address more questions our players submitted to our forums. Titus the Fox have the following question about friendly matchmaking. You have friends list, now make use of it. I would like to team up with my friend in PvP to fight other teams competitively, and would also like to know if it would be possible to do the story campaign together with my friend.
Okay, so we definitely would like you to play with your friends. First, of course, we would like to focus on one-on-one gameplay. It's good right now, it has to be excellent. Then we will think about friendly matches, like friend against friend in PvP. Then the next feature we'll think about is, can you join together with your friends, fight against other teams, or join in a co-op PvE to go through campaign like special battles. But definitely, it's something we're thinking and something that will come in the future.
Okay, thank you very much. Now let's see with the dev team what are major cool changes coming in next alpha update.
First, we've integrated elements that will create more variety in PvE combat experience. It starts with AI that can handle all unit types. So now AI can airstrike you, bomb you with its artillery, transport infantry to uplinks, and so on. It's pretty classical, but still, it really improves the PvE experience and can teach you some tactics you may not have anticipated before. Aside this, we now have new game modes, Assault and Holdout. The new game modes are fairly simple. In Assault mode, you have to destroy the enemy base in a limited time. But take care, in this mode AI will wait for your moves before deploying, so you'll face a very defensive AI opponent. In Holdout mode, it's the opposite. You need to defend your base along a tough time, during which AI will be very aggressive. Also, most important, we added a whole new bunch of commanders, 7 per faction. For example, some high-tech weapons, including the European tank with the high-energy laser guns, or the Russian tank with flamethrowers. This one is really my favorite. Other examples are artillery that will use glue bombs, and the infantry that would be equipped with anti-air missile launchers. You will find out more cool news commanders and more differences between Russian and European ones. You'll also see some UI improvements and many changes in systems like crafting and in the war room. I'm sure you'll like them. We improved air transport UI feedback as well, so it's going to be easier to understand this advanced class. So all this is in constant process, so there will be more changes in the future, of course. Last but not least, we are not ruling out the possibility of giving an option to reset players' game progress. So if you wish, you'll be able to start afresh with a new faction.
In this alpha update, we'll be giving you Chapter 6, which for the European faction is going to be South Central Europe, and for the Russian faction is going to be the Northern Caucasus. Chapter 6 is unique in that, unlike some of the other chapters where you're getting internal conflict, internal groups that are unique to the actual faction, here we're fighting against global groups that will fight against both the Russian and the European faction. And you won't know yet why you're both fighting the same group, but that's going to be part of the overall story that's going to be revealed later in the game.
At the end of this episode, I would like to remind all lucky Alpha players to send us your best battles in Alpha, EndWar Online inspired artworks, or funniest bugs you encounter in our game, and you will be in with a chance of winning our fantastic USB rocket launcher. If you don't have access to the game, we will give away a bunch of keys during our first EndWar Online Alpha livestream on August 7th at 7:30 p.m. Paris time. See you there and see you on the battlefield.
Mm.